Hello, beautiful souls. In my last reading, I was pulled into this beautiful state, this really high vibrational state at the end though, because we started off in this very low vibrational place of this bully energy around you that was laughing and making fun of you, right? And the whole reading sort of went in this uptick where towards the end it was getting ethereal and calm and peaceful and tranquil. And these ancestors started coming in with a message, but it was already close to an hour in, and it was like, oh, I see what's happening here. So I'm starting this reading off asking very specifically what was trying to be conveyed there. So I pulled the devil card so far, but it's like different. So the devil card popped up and I was like, okay, so what's that about? What is the dark energy that we're dealing with? And it actually was leaning more towards some sort of, I'm going to self-sabotage. I keep self-sabotaging. I keep running in these circles. I keep repeating these patterns and putting myself through torture. So then you create life, you create the boogeyman, you create the devil came out. So I was like, okay, so you're creating all of this. So it's all in your head. It's an imagination. And this is it. Tailing off the end of a Scorpio reading. So I'm really going to dive into Scorpio energy, no matter where that is for you, whether you're like your zodiac sign or if it's just something, it doesn't matter. But there's something about the Scorpio energy that I'm going to tap into. A scapegoat just stood out to me. So I feel like in a way, okay, we're going to listen to the ancestors and not allow our ego to take over this reading. So ancestors and guides that want to continue on this message from last time. This empty well, time to replenish is here. There is something going on and we want to know without the ego holding us back anymore. This is a tired energy. I'm not into doing this one again. We don't want to do this again. So the woman king, very powerful energy. This is a warrior energy. You've been through battles. This is like battle after battle. Battle after battle. So they want the children. Look, I'm in my grandma energy today. Let me just explain. So I held a newborn baby today, and this all connects. Everything's connected. Energy, frequency, and vibration. They said when we figured out everything was energy and frequency and vibration, like the universe would just unravel at our feet, okay? The empty well is here. They want the children. My grandma energy is about to come out if you're ready. Safety is here. Projection. Oof. White man. Don't be offended. Don't be triggered. If you are or are not white. I held a white man's baby today, so let's not, get weird. Harriet Tubman. All right. Look. Can we make sure there's comedy in this? I got Capricorn energy here with the devil. I love Capricorn energy. Let's make fun of this. Let's be funny. But let's be real. Toxic is exciting. Let's have fun. Let's not have so much sternness in our energy right now, because this is going to be a playful reading. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures. Oh, right. Because if you're not a leader, you're a follower. If you're not a creator, you're a consumer. If your well is empty and needs replenished, what are you going to fill it with? Will you fill it with good or bad? what you need or what you don't need. They want the children, safety, Harriet Tubman, the well, time to replenish, asylum, projection, white man, active denial frequency weapon, energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay. Let's just lay this all out. Okay. The spirit of greed is here. Interesting. When you take away the monster's cookie. Okay, we took away the monster's cookie. The monster doesn't have its cookie. The devil's here. Okay, and in the last reading, the bully was very upset. Okay, you're learning teachability, hollow bone. So you're learning something about people in your life because, like I said, this is a tail end message. Both of these figures have horns coming from their head. Antlers are standing out. Hunted. It's an illusion though. So what master do you serve? Okay. Who do you obey? Who do you obey? We're going to kind of lay this out very abstractly for just a moment here. I'm really curious. I mean, this is like art class for the philosophical imagination type. And just have fun with it because white man and Harriet Tubman are here with the devil. Like, what? This is a concept. This is like just concepts. We're not going to get literal. We're going to just play in the irrational, spontaneous, playful mind. Sweat lodge, the sweat lodge, going into the sweat lodge. You go into the sweat lodge, you don't come out until you're purified. Cleansing energy. Pachamama, the mother, Mother Earth. Okay, she's looking at the white man. This is just a picture. I see Harriet Tubman, this Native American looking woman, and a white man. And this Native American woman is Pachamama, which is the mother of the earth energy. So she's looking at the white man. But what does that mean? And how does that relate to us, you know? Okay, actually I'm going to use these Spirit of the River. Movement towards adventure. I'm going to use these. This is kind of grounded a little bit. These are kind of toxic as hell, but they will kind of pull this in to ground it. Why am I shuffling in that way? Inside scoop, a closer look, nosy up in your business. Okay, surveillance. Stalker type energy, but like, okay. Inside scoop about what? Closer look, nosy up in your business. Girl fight, arguments, physical fight, at war, competing. There's this energy around you where, okay, I got it. So it's bigger than you think. We've got to expand our mind here. We have to be able to go outside of the box. And in the box, you're perceiving your situation as they and me. So there's some sort of perceived enemy or issue. This enemy is creating issues for you, right? There's this girl fight energy, which is just this petty emotional battle, right? For what? What are we fighting for? What is the fight about? Is it about greed? because the spirit of greed is here underneath Harriet Tubman. And Harriet Tubman is very symbolic of freedom. White man with the asylum is symbolic of patriarchy, because you go a little mad when you fall into the patriarchy's belief systems. Something about feminism is here as well, because you get tripped up in the feminism concepts where obviously women need rights and power, but there is some sort of traditional aspect that we should not throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's order, there's some good order in some of the tradition that we are forgetting about. It's really important. We're not going to focus on look, you can't even see it. It's like it fell like halfway off the table. It says put up a fight. Oh, and it's 2 cards. It says put up a fight, soul harvesting. Dude, listen. This is big. Because they want you pinned up and fighting with your loved ones or your close ones, so you aren't distracted by the bigger picture. Yes, they have your dopamine on steroids. Okay, listen. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Science. There is a real call to action here for a warrior. Somebody who's ready to really live life. Okay? Someone who's tired of sitting in the background as an NPC. This is someone putting on the avatar suit and gearing up to enter the game. We need cards. We need cards. This is someone gearing up to play the game. You're ready to play. Yeah, because are you going to obey them, the massa? Are you going to obey massa? Or are you going to obey your own command? Who's in charge here? Is it you? Yes, you are in charge. So how are you showing up in this? They want the children. Oh, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Your legacy is being attacked. Listen, I'm sorry I keep saying that because it's so impactful. It's just like a lot of energy. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse is saying, with all of this energy, it's saying, look, they separated you and your family on purpose. This is a design. It's a design to keep you isolated and vulnerable. This is military tactic here. We're not gonna fall for this, warrior. I don't know, grandma's not playing today. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We can't have you sitting pretty. So I'm speaking from the evil right now. The dark force, the asylum people. We can't have you sitting pretty. No, we can't have you sitting pretty. Now I'm actually saying like a slave master type of energy. We can't have you sitting there looking pretty, comfortable. No, we need you back in the fear, because everything's energy, frequency, and vibration, okay? Because they need you in the vibration of fear. So you can look at that enemy as, that's why you can't be caught up in toxic drama. That's why you can't be caught up in the who said, she said. That's gossip. That's a spirit. They're lying to you. The spirit of greed is here. Greed and pride are best friends. Oh, the Empress in reverse. Yeah. Serious hormone imbalance. Serious hormone imbalance. Intentional hormone imbalance. Women. I know it's not all women here, but specifically women, because I'm telling you, men love women. And men will follow us anywhere we go. And I don't mean that in a mean way. We should not use that to our advantage. We should not manipulate because of that reason. We should just be authentic with feminine energy and just use it as its abundance that it is. It gives life. It has a womb. It creates people. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Feminine energy is a wonderful tool, a wonderful masterpiece of art, okay? And in the past position here, it's implying a strategic design to emasculate women. There's a feminine energy here designed to give life and create and be abundant and provide and nurture for her family. A mother, like I'm telling you, I held this newborn baby today. Just think about breast milk and how the body gives birth. There's so much wonder in the feminine body, the woman human, that men are here to protect, okay? And we're not supposed to be fighting amongst each other. We're supposed to be living in prosperity and love and a foundation of solid ground. And this Queen of Pentacles, if this energy was not in reverse, this would be such beautiful energy. It would be like happy home, happy wife, happy husband, happy children, happy pets, happy everything. There would be some sadness because life comes with sadness. There's sad things that happen, and that's all right. What's in your conscience? Oh, Ten of Wands, you're over it. You're done. You said, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm fighting with my person. I'm fighting with my people. I'm fighting with my family. I don't got time for this. I don't got time for this. Just, I'm done. I'm tired. It's too much. It's too heavy. Too much of a burden. But my friend, what I see you walking away from is the very thing that makes you feel safe. Because they're after the children. So whether there's physical children involved or the inner child we're talking about here, it needs to be protected. They need to be protected. Because the actual enemy is the patriarchy, which is I'm just thinking like big pharma, whoever owns the banks, that kind of stuff. We actually need to keep our numbers solid and give away the petty. We've got to drop the petty drama. I know we're so addicted to drama and petty. Oh, High Priestess in reverse. You're having a very hard time listening to your intuition. You're having a hard time believing this because your dopamine's on, like I said, steroids. And it's like, ready to fight. You're in this fight energy, fight or flight. PTSD, you know? CPTSD energy. What else is going on? When you take away the monster's cookie. 5 of Cups. In reverse, though. Yes, this is painful. This is traumatic. This is real. But what is real? You know? How much of our imagination is creating all of this? How much of this is actually real? If we were taught philosophy in kindergarten, we would totally think of life so differently. Alan Watts said this before. I'm going to butcher his words, but I'm going to try. He was explaining how when children enter kindergarten, before they learn the alphabet, they should be taught, philosophical thinking. Before you learn anything that is linear or repeating not lines and numbers and followed lines and stuff, it should be how to be abstract and how to be obscure. I don't even know how that fits, but because when we get trapped in this energy of grief, our brain automatically, subconsciously thinks to follow a line, follow an order forward. So you're just going forward with this energy of, yeah, I gotta just follow through, right? But that's not what's, yeah. That takes away the equal give and take around us. Because when we get stuck in these habitual, cyclical trauma loops, we lose sight of community and how we give to one another. Give and take, you know? You fall down, I help you up. I fall down, you help me up. The old people take care of the young people. The young people take care of the old people. The circle of life, the balance. And that's beautiful because it literally goes from a 5 to a 6 there. 6, 5, 6. But we started at a 10. So we're like descending in a way. So it's speaking to our de-evolvingness or whatever. Oh, 5 again. 6, 5, 6, 5. In reverse though. Yeah, but this is pride. It's like I'm scared to come out of this. I'm worried of judgment and how I'm going to be perceived. I've been casted out. They threw me out. They outcasted me. I've been living this way. I'm a warrior now. I've survived. I'm a survivor. I can't go back in there. So it's like you're outside of the door and you're like, how do I go back in there? A warrior, a savage even, somebody who's overcame, somebody who sees in a new perspective. You create life, you create the boogeyman, you create the devil. Because that's the point. To stay shrunken and stay small, for the systems to continue to feed off of us, we must stay small, we must stay limited, we must stay in fear of our own minds. Because if we put a ceiling on our mind, then we'll know when, remember, yes, a massa? It's in our DNA. We know what happens when we don't yes a massa. That's scary. That's traumatic. What happens when we don't obey? We saw our children and family tortured right in front of us. You might not have been there in this body, but your DNA remembers. Your DNA knows how to survive through many generations of existence. One being, for some reason, this one wants to channel specific slavery times. I don't care what race you are. That even is real. You could have been black 10 lives ago. You could have been purple 7 lives ago. You could have been white yesterday, okay? I don't care. It's the point of we are all one. So let's step into this energy as a loving being, not necessarily a limited anything else. Oh, we're gonna read from the Tao. That's really important. We gotta keep philosophy alive, guys. Pay attention to your surroundings. Soul harvesting. We can work. I was just about to say. Don't forget it says soul harvesting and the children. What does it say? They want the children. And this came out. Because we're not going to play games. Okay? We're going to be real. How is anything real? How is anything real? None of this makes any sense. So I got to play with it. That's why you got to just make love to the energy and just succumb, surrender. Too fast, need for speed, use your brakes. Warning. You know why that's here? Because... So this card, ketamine, put to sleep, tranquilizer, roofied, and drunk. That's how they have everyone right now. The fast asleep folks. The gift is being in the present moment and being hyper aware as if you were a gazelle in the middle of a field while you're eating the grass and it's tranquil and peaceful for that moment. You still are quite aware of what's going on around you. And at any moment, a predator could strike. That's the sort of mindset you've got to have in these kind of times where they're pumping information like... Tell me I'm not lying. I don't even know if I said that right. Tell me I'm not. Adrenochrome, a chemical compound produced by the oxidation of adrenaline. Researchers in the 1950s and 1970s as a potential cause for schizophrenia. What? Adrenochrome. If I remember correctly, this is, I don't know if I have battery. Every time I want to use you, you're dead. Because I don't charge stuff. It's fine. Doesn't have to be there. I wanted to look that up, but it's cool. Okay. All right. Prudence. If you continue filling a pail after it is full, the water will be wasted. If you continue grinding an axe after it is sharp, the edge will wear away. Who can protect a house full of gold and jewels? Excessive fortune brings about its own misfortune. To win true merit, to earn a good reputation, you must be prudent. This is the way of the Tao. You know, I see so much lately where the internet is just pushing like, oh my gosh, this is how you can make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 a month. You know, just all this crazy hyperspeed, wasteful information, like of no value. There's no value in it besides currency. Obviously is a value. We need currency in this time. But there is something to integrity in regards to how you spend your energy, because time is money, guys. And if you're just wasting your time on non-integral matters and you're fueling this consumerism, because if you can't obey yourself, you obey somebody's command, and somebody's getting energetically rich off of you if you're not feeling energetic. If you don't have the energy, the spirits, the optimism, if you don't have the high energy that is your superpower, it's because someone else is feeding off of it. And the spirit of greed being here, it's very telling. It just is indicating and highlighting the focus. Because while this is a three-dimensional world where we're very physical and I can touch you, you know, it's also a spiritual realm or a metaphysical realm, however you want to, science or spirituality, it doesn't matter. The words are spells either way. And I see this, oh yeah, I see this. I see walking zombies. I see the apocalypse. I see people in very, very low vibrational states of fear, anger, rage, disappointment, lack of hope, no faith, no laughter, completely negative. And that's the polarity right now. It's either there's less neutral, which I think is natural. I don't know. That's not the point. When you take away the monster's cookie. So I want to talk about this monster and what else do we need to know about that? Because it seems like there's something going on here that I'm not quite understanding. It has a lot to do with not being caught up in the ego. You can pause videos now. I don't know, I'm a little scared to try it, but it's showing on my phone. I almost want to pause it I'm gonna try it. Okay, I was scared. Okay, so we are being called to, if I'm seeing all of our souls outputting data to a quantum computer of some kind that is harvesting our energy. And the way to feel better, the way to come back to yourself, the free, childlike version of yourself, the one that is not fearful, but is, what's going on here? Has that been like that? The one that's because I got the cards probably. The one, okay. Reverse engineering. We need to reverse engineer our system to get back to a place where we were in balance so we can experience life for the beautiful life that it is. Life is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And there are energies outside of you trying to get you off of your path to not seek this wisdom. Because the more they have you going in the wrong direction, here you are, you're like, I'm done. I'm walking away. I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. I'm fed up. I'm tired. I'm stressed. I can't do this. While that is the right energy to express to the stress, it's more so, what are you stressed about? It's what you're stressed about that's the problem. It's like you have something that you're don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is the reason it's wisdom as well. It's like a grandmother energy. She's lived 100 years. She's ready to give it to you straight. She wants to make sure when she goes, she leaves you with these gems, okay? And this gem she's trying to share is to say, don't throw away all the relationships that you have in your life. It also doesn't mean stay in bad ones. And it also doesn't mean don't leave for a time. If you need to separate yourself, if you need to take a sabbatical, if you need to quit your job, I'm not advising you to do that. But I'm saying if you need to make a dramatic move to align yourself to a forward position that says, yes, this is of my benefit. I am spiritually attuned to going in this direction. I know this will benefit me and align me to where I'm trying to go. That will lead you to the victory, because you do have an outcome of celebration, and a celebration with others. It's celebration with those that are in your foundation. But there is this, I need to go sweat. I need to go separate myself. I need to remove myself from this toxic energy. Because while it's exciting and it feels good in the moment, for the majority of the time I'm depleted. For the majority of the time I feel like crap. But we just need to know who's engineering this. Who is designing all of this stress? Because just like you're under attack, so are all the people, all the other pawns on the chessboard. There's a whole bunch of stressful energy floating in the air that, like, I don't know how literal this is, but I'm seeing, what's it called? Turbulation? Time of turbulation? I don't know what it's called. When people are super stressed out because it's really hard. That's why it's warrior energy. This is a spiritual battle. This is a spiritual attack. You're under spiritual attack. And it's not advised for you to just make enemies out of your tribe. Guide energy is coming up. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. It's very much so like a hermit energy. It's like trying to say you are being guided. You are under spiritual protection. That does not mean nothing bad will ever happen to you. It just is saying when you're following the right steps, because we're just worried about one step at a time. When you take a step and you get a sign that you're on the right path, you're on the right path. Continue on that path. If you start going the way of your ego and you stop seeing the signs, you stop seeing the synchronicities, that's a hard sign that you're just going your own direction. You're creating a path yourself, which is fine, but it might be a detour. It might take you a little bit longer if you take that direction. And it's all about wisdom. It's all about when you get to those moments of should I or should I not or whatever. It's really about communicating to the creator. Companion is here. Loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. There's a real need to identify companionship in your life. It doesn't mean sacrifice yourself. It doesn't mean be a martyr. It doesn't mean be dependent on others energetically for your survival. And it doesn't mean to carry people that don't put in the effort, that don't put in the work. Because it is not up to you to carry all of this. So to validate you, there is a strong advisement. Is that a word? Advisement? You are being advised to protect your energy. Always protect your energy. Equal give and take is the only thing forward. You're a warrior. You understand. You're in the battle. It's a real thing. So only welcoming companionship with those that are going to give as much as you give is period. That's where we're going to be with that. But we don't want to be stuck in victim, and we don't want to be stuck in grief. We don't want to be stuck in fear or greed. We want to make sure that there's balance and that the community, whatever that is for you, whatever your tribe is, your community is benefiting all together. We're going to pull some animals here. Oh, the scorpion, Scorpio, and the scorpion. So, self-defense is always advised. I feel like I'm being shown karate, and how it's always going to be what do you say, a stamp of approval for those that are in defense, self-defense, rather than those that are in offensively attacking other people. So with this girl fight card, this bickering energy, this petty energy, I feel, that's trying to pull your ego to that space so you can bicker and fight. You're being pulled into the fight. You have a choice to walk away, which is what you're trying to do. But you also have the right to defend yourself. So if this petty bickering energy comes at you with not truth, and they come to you lying, they come to you accusations, you have the right to be silent. You don't have to acknowledge lies. You don't have to overly defend yourself against lies. But you also physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally have the right to defend yourself. So sometimes that's reclusing. Sometimes that's writing. Sometimes that's going for a walk, or, going for a swim. Getting out into nature is the key, always. When you take away the monster's cookie, they're upset. And when this monster is the spirit of greed, it's a monster to battle, the spirit of greed. It's, especially if you have fed the spirit for years, or your family has fed the spirit for years, it's going to look at you like, excuse me, we are under contract and you owe me. You owe me, pay up. And it's going to make you feel guilt. It's going to make you feel shame. It's going to make you feel bad that you owe it something. No. Bat. Look at this dark energy with the intelligence of the octopus. The bat and the scorpion. This is both Scorpio energy. This is inside of the earth. The bat. Why is the bat here? I haven't read the bat in a long time. I want to read the bat. Darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle sense of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. Yeah, this is a very challenging energy. This test that you're in, this we're in a video game being tested, okay? And in this level, there's an intelligence game here. It's like a puzzle. It requires a key. The key has to go to the lock, and the door will open once you get through the escape room type of energy. More animals? Yeah, we want more animals. This is very elusive energy as well. Like you might have to move in silence or move. There is a solo move here. I need to move in silence. I need to move alone. I need to make this decision alone. This is not a group decision. While we're talking a lot about the group here, there is a decision that you're needing to make on your own. The sea serpent, another very elusive, strange, like not typical creature. It's not like a land animal, you know, where I mean, I know the scorpion's on land, but it's still an odd creature. The bat and the sea serpent, which is like a snake, in a way, a fish snake. What do you see? What is your perception telling you? Because yours is different from the group. Not everybody sees life the same way. And a lizard. This is so interesting. We got desert, ocean, and like caves. All of it's pointing up. You're going forward. You're moving up. The lizard, it wants warmth. You're seeking warmer experiences, wholesome warmth. Yeah, you need to warm up your body. You're cold. Not that you're like cold. You're, you know how when you freeze something, it's still, all the molecules in it get very stiff. But when you're warm, you're more relaxed. You're more in surrender. So you're being guided to a place of warmth, because this warmth is going to provide you the sanctuary to surrender. Remember the sweat lodge? The sweat lodge is here with this like warm energy. You're being guided into this place of, I walk into this door, I close this door, I sweat, I detox, I remove the toxins and the toxic people, the toxic energy, frequency, and vibration, and then I come out the door and I'm healed. And then we can talk about it. Then we can have a conversation. But until I do all of this, you can talk to yourself. You can find someone else to talk to. I'm too stressed out right now. I can't deal with this. I'm not gonna. I don't have to talk to you. Who said? You're not God. Go away. Shoot fly, don't bother me. Because remember, you took away this monster's cookie. And they're upset. That sounds about accurate for a monster. How about you stop acting like that? The vulture. I'm telling you, this is so Scorpio. This is like, see, the vulture though, the vulture cleans everything up. It's like such a misunderstood, beautiful creature. It goes around and it says, oh, there's some dead stuff there. Let me go clean that up. And it with grace and with gratitude, it goes down to the dead thing on the earth, and it doesn't think sad, it doesn't think mad, angry, or nothing. It just thinks, I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to be fueled in the process of doing so. That's the beauty of that energy. You're cleaning up. You're cleaning things up. You're doing the right thing. The gazelle. We talked about the gazelle, which was the same concept. Also the warmth, the African desert now. We got desert, we got the vulture, which could also be in Africa. They're all over the world. Bats can be, honestly, all these creatures could be in a warm climate. I'm really getting that energy of like, you really need some warm air. You need some vitamin D. You need some sunlight. Yeah, and the gazelle thrives in a group. So there's no gazelles running around out there alone. While they may be grazing alone, they're in the group for safety, because we do have to be aware of what's going on in the grand scheme of things. We do have to be aware that there's lions and hyenas coming for us. But at the same time, I'm gracefully and gently going to eat my grass in my little section, and you're going to be over there in your little section, and you're going to leave me the F alone. Okay? You go eat your grass, I eat my grass, and we're not going to fight. and you're not going to bother me. And if I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. Leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. Don't come over here trying to be a bully. Don't be mean. The moth. Another night/dark type of creature. Yeah. With the dolphin at the bottom. Yeah. Into the night. What does she say? It can't always be day. No, she goes. Into the night? Kanye West, what did she say in the beginning? Praise. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Something about it can't always be the daytime. Sometimes it's nighttime, okay? It's equally night as it is day. So we have to accept things here. We have to just understand the ebb and flow of life and not be caught up in these low vibrations that want to harvest our energy to the detriment of our health, that feeds and fuels a system that does not support us or our group that we belong to. Is that it? Actually, let's get a healing card, see what these healing cards have to say. Oh, that was so quick. Mugworts, psychic healing, with another owl, because there's an owl somewhere. Oh, here on the guide. Oh wow, they almost even look similar. Let me show you. Wounded healer at the bottom, dandelion root. All right, go in there. Thank you. So if you look at these cards, it has some sort of elder figure holding well, this one has an owl. So the owl with the guy or the woman, and then the woman and the owl. This is really representing that grandmother spirit that was coming in today. She's satisfied with this message, happy that we relate it. Mugwort, psychic healing. We're going to read mugwort because this is an herb, and our ancestors know the healing powers of herbs, and we really lost touch. Okay, so this family of plants are sacred to the moon goddess. The mugwort is closely linked to the fairy realms. Historically, it has been used to protect against evil spirits, parasitic entities, dark energy, and hexes among a variety of cultures. Mugwort is an extended family, and its extended family are moon allies that symbolize the mystical workings of our intuition, dreams, and unconscious mind. The silver light of the moon illuminates the path to higher consciousness, winding through La Sylvia Subterranea, the underground forest. The moon represents our emotional body, the shadow self, the underworld, psychic abilities, and the occult. Its dark side can bring on illusions, fear, and feeling of separation and disconnection. Mugwort grants us the strength to work with our shadow and protects us from the parasitic entities that we might encounter as we dive deep into our psyche. Mugwort is a resilient plant that grows in conditions where other herbs may be unhappy. This bitter herb was traditionally used as a tonic for stomach and intestinal conditions, including a parasite cleanser, an aid to weak digestion, and more. The moon is said to directly govern the stomach, the gut in its entirety, and the regulation of fluid in the body. So it is no coincidence that the moon goddess herb greatly eases chronic stomach and intestinal complaints. The guidance is Her wise white owl will meet you as you enter the liminal space between one life phase and the next. Your channel is wide open. She is instructing you on how to draw upon your psychic powers to pass through the test within the realms of shadow. You are not lost. Of often mints, oh my gosh, the greatest clarity dawns after the darkest hours. Owl medicine asks you to use the powers of keen psychic sight to observe and intuit aspects of your life that may still lay in darkness. Confront that which is unworthy of your devotion. Educate destructive forces. Pay attention to the signs and omens that appear as you navigate the labyrinth of the subconscious forest. You know, she keeps talking about the subconscious forest in the fairy realm, and I was with the bat and the moth and the scorpion, even the lizard. It's like those creatures that were not quite average, you know? They're more in the in-between, which is like the fairy realm, where the creatures we don't always pay attention to, like hummingbirds and the subtle. So there's a very subtle process happening here. Very much so, heal your gut. That's a practical solution to your problem. Mugwort is a true herb that can help heal your gut, which is your protection. When she's talking about parasites and your army and your body, that's real. We got to actually support our gut. We have to actually support our internal armies. So let's heal our gut so we can also have all of the microbiome, everything in our body working properly. It's so critical. It's insanely critical, guys. Mushrooms, organic foods, whole foods. We can't eat this whatever nonsense they're feeding us. It destroys us, and it's imperative that we heal ourselves to stand a chance at fighting what they're throwing at us. This spiritual battle we're in, this elusive devil creature we've created in our minds that is wreaking havoc on our beautiful virtual reality world that is so abundant and so overwhelmingly beautiful that we want to participate in and have communion with. We want to be in it, you know? So, yeah, because when you take away the monster's cookie, it could be very literal to the food you feed your bad gut bacteria. You could have pissed off your bad gut bacteria, and they work for the bad guys, the mammon, the spirit of greed, and they're like, feed me, and they're wreaking havoc in your gut. I know it's crazy. It's just real. So that's what I have today. Everything, I have some stuff going on. Everything in my description below. Yeah, so I have a book that I just published, kind of, because this video will be public soon. Okay, so I have a book that will be in the description below, the Amazon link, if you're interested in reading my crazy story along with a lot of my spiritual insights, and also my website and any other thing you want to know will be down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.